Welcome in, welcome in. Thanks for joining us, folks. Welcome in, everybody. As I'm moving, I'm unable to pay attention to the chat. We was walking along and we seen the Pleasant Grove Public Works Department, and so we thought we'd come take some pictures, see where our money's going, see how they treat us, see whether they respect our rights to report to the people. It says all visitors must report to the main office. No parking, stopping, or standing at any time. Okay, so we won't stop or stand. They can bug off. Oops. Bugger off, that's what I said. All right, let's see. I'm walking back. I'm going to look at the chat for just a second. Bloody Wolf Guy, J-Bulls, Chain Bangers, ECG, Boko Mole, EJ74. If I didn't call you, I'm sorry. Having a hard time seeing the chat there. So we're over here at Pleasant Grove City Public Works Department. We're brought our service animal with us today. We're going to do an American Disabilities Act audit here. See how these folks act about a man with the camera having a dog. Sorry, Joe. How you doing, bud?
Yeah.
Oh, not a lot. I was wondering, do you guys have a complaint process here? And how would I go about making a complaint against a particular employee?
Against a particular employee?
Yeah.
Good question. Let me find out for you.
Perfect, thank you. What was your name, bud?
Ryan.
Ryan, thank you. Good to meet you. I'm Jeff.
Nice to meet you. Okay.
Please sanitize your hands before taking a mask. And there's some sand sanitizer over there. Sand sanitizer. How you doing, ma'am? Hey, I was just wondering, do you guys have a particular process for filing a complaint against a city employee?
You would have to visit our city hall offices.
Oh, okay.
Maybe that's where you can.
Okay, so my next question would be, would I have to do that to file a commendation for a particular public works employee?
Yes. You
Same
go
thing?
to city hall.
Perfect, no
I'll help you
problem.
out there.
I appreciate you, ma'am. You have a beautiful day.
Do the same.
Hey, thanks, bud. I appreciate your help.
Go.
Well, so far so good, folks. Probably not going to be at this very long. You're acting very aware. Pretty sure this area has already been visited by one of the other Utah auditors. So I see nothing restricting access down this way. And you can see the access comes down. All these people are parked at the city employees thing, or the public works department. I'm going to assume this is for the metal place on the right-hand side, not the public works. On their 2-hour lunch break. You know, that very well could be. I did see a couple of Pleasant Grove City trucks leaving as I was getting the stream ready. What actually got me over here was I seen the Pleasant Grove City volunteer police officer. I think that's what they call I think that's what they use for their code enforcement is volunteers. But I seen his unit over here, so I actually came over and got the stream ready, and while I was doing so, he drove away, waved at me, so I would be willing to bet that a particular auditor by the name of Innocent Auditor has already got these folks so that flag is a disgrace. That flag is an absolute disgrace. That is horrifying. Sorry, I am going to go in and say something about that, and then we're out of here. I'm definitely going to say something about that. Come on, John, let's go in. Hey, ma'am, I'm sorry. I have one more thing that I need to kind of cry at you about.
Oh, okay.
And I know that you're not the one, but you could possibly pass this up to whoever needs to know. That flag you have out there on that pole is an absolute disgrace. That is disgusting. No American flag should ever be in that condition and flying. It violates the flag code a dozen different ways. Could you please have your management here get that flag taken care of? We can't have that type of disgrace flying. That's a shame on your whole entire operation here. We love America. Please let them know that that is absolutely disgusting. Thank you, ma'am. You have a beautiful day. Yeah, look how tattered that thing is. The one whole end of it's just frayed all the way out. It's dirty. There's nothing white about the stars anymore. I mean, that's a bad flag. The only flag I've ever seen worse than that was at a place called Fairview Ranchos 2 in Indianola, Utah. In that place, they have one American flag that is so ragged that the red and white stripes are gone to the side of the blue. And the fray and tattering has torn into the blue field on that flag out there at the Fairview Ranchos 2 in Indianola, Utah. Ironically, that same place, that Fairview Ranchos 2, that has that disgusting flag, also has a thin blue line flag hanging up next to it, and the thin blue line flag appears to be brand new, whereas the American flag they're using, like, it's not even enough there to be considered a flag. So yeah, put your seatbelt on. Yep, you should have been wearing that beforehand, buddy. I appreciate all of you that's in here today, listening to me gripe a little bit to these folks. I am going to go ahead and wander off. I wonder if he needs his hazards going while he drives down the road. Seems silly. You got hazardous materials or something? So I'm going to walk down here. There's fairgrounds over here. I'm going to walk that way to the fairgrounds. I can address the chat here in a second. So this is the Asphalt Zipper manufacturing building. This is what they're called, Asphalt Zipper Manufacturing. So, I'm going to say Pleasant Grove Public Works did all right. They never mentioned my animal that was with me. Sorry folks, if you guys are chatting, so the sun's behind me, so it's hard to see the screen. The super chats are active. When you use a super chat, it highlights it and makes it easier for us to see it. If you need to say something to me. Here in just a second, I'm going to be down here where I can get some shade and I can address the chat a little bit better. Sorry, give me just a second. I'll read them chats, guys. Probably won't stay on too long. Like I say, I'm going to go over here, address the chat. We'll see what these folks say, act like. Look at them go. Tag, 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 tag. When I started framing, it was a rare thing to see a pneumatic gun, a pneumatic nailer on a job site. Everybody I know swung a 20 to a 4-ounce hammer, and all the nails were driven by hand. Now, you get on a job site and to see somebody drive it by hand, everybody looks at them funny. Oh, okay, almost there, guys. I see some shade in sight. Go sit in the shade, address the chat for a couple of minutes. People ask me, so why do people freak out on you because you got a camera? Like, I don't know. All I do is walk around. I'm not doing nothing, not bugging nobody, just walk around, and they always want to come out and talk. Alrighty, so that's Joe. Joe has a job. His job is to keep other people safe. Lay down, boy. All right, I'm going to address the chat for just a minute, folks. Jordan Lot, no, they're not. Hey, Chainbanger's Disc Golf says, hey, Joe. So, they're not freaking out. They're actually acting pretty righteous. They treated me decently. They never mentioned my animal. Rom Ranch Alcor. What is my end game? I don't understand that question. What do you mean, what's my end game? Are you unfamiliar with what an audit is? I mean, if you are, that's okay. I'm genuinely curious if you don't understand what an audit is. Chainbanger said, "Hey, standing tall. Hey, how you doing? 420. Good to see ya." Barbie P. Yes, you're absolutely right. These mountains here. Let me turn around that way. We'll look at that while I address the chat. Absolutely stunning and beautiful and amazing. I love this, that mountain right there. I can't remember exactly how tall it is, but my 4-year-old grandson climbed up to the peak of that with us. Yes, that is Mount Timpanogos. Cannot see it clearly. As I work my way back, EJ, Carl, Boko Mo, Howie Hamster. Hey, good to see you, my friend. Howie Hamster comes to us from the United Kingdom. Rusty Shackelford, 11,527 feet. That was a good hike. Yeah, it was a good hike. Nice there, Jordan. Yes, it does have some beautiful views. I agree with that. If only the corruption and tyranny in this area. Tyranny is the word, not tyranny. You know, if it wasn't so bad here, you know, I just rescued a homeless person the other day from Provo, Utah. 18-year-old kid. Every time he laid down to go to sleep, the cops would show up and harass him. After a week without sleep, he reached out. He was looking for help. His father lives several hours away and spoke with me a little bit. So I went to Provo and found this kid. And when I got to him, the people in Provo had taken everything from him. He's barely 18. He's blind, autistic, schizophrenic, homeless, and they robbed him of everything. We had a rainstorm the other day and his socks got wet, so he said he had hung his socks outside where he was sleeping, where he was trying to sleep, and the people stole his socks from him. When I got down there to him, he literally had nothing. He had no socks. He had a pair of pants and a shirt, and that was it. So we snagged him up and we brought him up into the Orem area. The police here aren't as evil towards homeless people, and so we got him up into the Orem area. We found him a safe place to set up his camp, and we have I have some of my friends are putting together a package of some clothes and a backpack and a sleeping bag, and just them essentials that'll help him make it through the next little while he tries to change his circumstances. Yeah, that's the evil in this place. And that's the sad part there. Portola 45. Border illegals are put in airplanes and buses and shipped to hotels all over the country. And in Provo, Utah, the police, they don't give a shit about the Supreme Court ruling. We actually have a Supreme Court ruling here that says that if you're homeless, and you have no place to stay, and you go stay at a local park, they can't do anything about that, because that's your public park. And if you have no other place to live, then you're still the public, and you should be able to utilize that park. That ruling says that to criminalize being homeless is an 8th Amendment violation. It's a violation of, it's considered cruel and unusual punishment. You're literally punishing somebody for being poor. You're punishing them for not having money. And we live in a country where we shouldn't have to have money to live. Sorry guys, I'm kind of ranting right now, but it upsets me that we have veterans, that we have kids 18 years old. This kid, I know a little bit more about his background than I've even said. Let's throw some light onto it and let y'all know how he ended up homeless. This young man was living with his mother and his brother and his sister, and his father was living as a homeless individual in another area. His mother and father were estranged. His mother passed away a few months ago, and she left them kids in the custody of a man who was homeless. We helped him get into a place with his kids, but the one kid, the 18-year-old, because he has these mental disabilities, he is court ordered to stay in Utah County, and he has nobody here, 0 people here. So he is court ordered. In essence, this young man has been court ordered to live on the street because he has nowhere else to go, and if he leaves the county, then he'll be arrested. What kind of horse shit is that? I don't know, my chat may have froze up. It tends to do that on me. Yeah, they do. They turn the rights of the less fortunate into a crime. And it's bullshit. Should not be the case ever. Oh, haha. So that's Portola 45 says, I honestly believe we have unlimited oil and water, yet the government is hiding the truth from us. All right, so I happen to know a little bit about that. I worked as a roughneck in the oil field for about 12 years. During my time in the oil field, I drilled multiple gas and oil wells across Utah, Nevada, Colorado, and Wyoming. Okay? Here in Utah, between Gunnison and Payson, down there near the Yuba Lake area, there is a field near Yuba. There's an oil patch. That particular oil deposit, just in that section of Utah, has enough oil in it to last America at current consumption rates for 150 years. The oil patch in the Lisbon Valley area of Utah, which is down by, it's between Moab and, the next one down, St. George. St. George is a little further. Dove Fort. I can't remember the name of that little. Anyway, south of Moab, there's a valley called Lisbon Valley. Lisbon Valley has an oil shale deposit that will last America for at least 300 years at current consumption rates. Okay. Current would have been when I was in the field, so that was 10 years ago. We haven't increased our consumption that much in comparison. I want to thank everybody out there who is supporting, who's watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. I think we can all do better. We can make them bite, worm. Haha. Rusty Shackelford, that's some truth right there. Yeah, that is crazy. I see a blind kid, but wasn't sure if he's homeless. Eureka, Utah is an interesting place. Yeah, this young man I've been helping out, so he's legally blind. He's not 100% blind, okay? He can see, kinda. He holds his phone about a ½ inch from his face with his glasses in order to read a text, and it takes him a good 3 or 4 minutes to read a one-line text because he really can't see. He's just a poor kid in a really bad circumstance. I'm really grateful that I have friends the way I do that are willing to step up and support somebody less fortunate. Yes, that's the one. Down by Monticello and Blanding is Lisbon Valley. Pwilly Truth. PWT. I like that. Pwilly Truth. Yeah, Lisbon Valley's down there. It's south of Moab. Beautiful country down there if you've never been there. Speaking of that young man that I've been helping out, he just texted me and said that he's doing okay today. So, all right, guys, I've been on here a lot longer than I wanted. I was just doing a quick ADA audit on Pleasant Grove Public Works. From what I seen, they passed. We'll go back in a few days and we'll see what that flag looks like. If the flag hasn't changed, we'll do another one. Karen M saying, thanks to Bow. Yeah, thanks to everybody. Is Bow in here watching? I want to do so. Bow did a thing when he was auditing. He used to, he had a speaker, and he had it set up where when people paid a super chat, it would come over the voice on his speaker. So people was able to talk to the cops directly through the super chats and what have you. And I really want to set that up. So if you're watching this, Bao, reach out to me. Let me know how you had that set up. I really want to do that. I am the perfect asshole to carry on that tradition for you. If he's not watching, if any of y'all know him and can get that message to him, let him know. I'm trying to figure out how he did that. I want to do that. I appreciate all of you that's been in here this long and supported and just hung out with me for the few minutes that I've been rambling. I am going to close this down now. I want to challenge everybody out there to go do something kind to somebody. Right on. Yeah, I love Bao. Bao was great. I wish he'd go out more. I don't know why he quit, but I do understand, you know, sometimes it happens. Clash with Bao, you have to get Streamlabs overlays. Okay, I'll do that. I'll do that, Clash, for sure. Hey, while you're on there, Clash, I'm going to go ahead and, since I can see add you as a moderator. There you go. Thank you. I appreciate you, Bao. I really do want to do that. I wanted to do that since I first seen you do it. That was before I could even go live. It's like, I'm going to do what he's doing right there. Anyway, listen, I really do want to challenge everybody to go out and do something kind to somebody you don't know. You know, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. Go tell somebody they're beautiful. You know, if you see somebody that's out there that's struggling, that's homeless, man, carry a package of socks in your car. The number one most requested item from all of the homeless that I deal with, the number one most requested item is socks. Carry a extra pack of socks with you in your car. If you see somebody who's homeless, give them a pair of socks. You have no idea how much that can help a person and lift them up and make them feel better. I started this day feeling like shit. I started this day in a deep, deep depression, and a couple of dear friends of mine just said the right things to me and lifted me up. And that's all it takes. So I'm challenging each of you today. Go out, give somebody a pair of socks. Give them a smile. Tell them they're beautiful. I am. Look at my pretty face. I love you guys. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, y'all come back now, you hear?